My name is Brianna Desidere, and this is my phonics lesson. My teacher objective is to decode regularly spelled one-syllable words. For our review, we are going to watch a video on digraphs. Last week we would have learned about digraphs, so this is just a review of what we learned, and it is on common consonants.
Welcome to Think, Read, Write 2, Anchor Chant. Here we go. Shh, shh, ship. Shh, shh, ship. Ch, ch, lunch. Ch, ch, lunch. Dolphin. Dolphin. R, R, car. R, R, car. Ink, ink, pink. Ink, ink, pink. Brother. Brother. Bath. Bath. Whale. Whale.
And of course the video goes on and on through some more consonant sounds. So my first question for the class would be, what is a digraph? A digraph is two letters that make one sound, and they should have learned that definition last week, so they should know what it means. The second question I would ask would be, let's see what you remember. What digraph is in the word whale? And that was the last example I showed you before I turned the video off. Whale has a digraph WH. So hopefully they would raise their hand and say, WH. For my overview, the purpose is to prepare students to master the concepts of phonics in order to correctly spell and read. Like I said, last week we learned common consonant digraphs and where they are located in words. Today we will be learning how to decode regularly spelled one-syllable words. And then tomorrow we will continue to learn how to decode regular spelled one-syllable words by creating real and nonsense words with one syllable. And the objective for the learner is to be able to decode regularly spelled one-syllable words. Their other objective is to orally and in writing be able to decode regularly spelled single-syllable words with 85% accuracy, which is applying. And it's applying because they have to apply the knowledge that they learned about digraphs and syllables. So our motivation is a game called Collect the Stars, and I would play this on the smart board. This is the Fun Phonics website, and we are going to click on Collect the Stars. So this game shows you a picture. This picture is of a pig. So I would ask the class, okay class, what letters spell out the word pig? And they would have to sound it out. P-I-G. So the first letter would be P, and that letter is P. So we would choose the letter P, and it sounds out the letter as you choose it. So we chose I, and then we chose G. Now we click check, and it says we got it right, so we earn a star. And I would actually stay at the smart board and choose the letters and just let the class all together choose or say out loud what they think the letters are, and then once all the stars are collected we would move on. So our first activity for our procedure is going to be called vowel stars. So you have these stars and they will be cut out. It would probably be best if you cut them out and laminate them, so the students can actually write on them with a dry erase marker instead of having to write on them with a pencil and erase it. So the object of this activity is for them to have the stars face down. So they would pick a star up, and each star has a consonant, a blank, and a consonant. And it has all 5 vowels on each point of the star. They will choose a vowel and put it in the blank. And then they have to determine if it is a real or nonsense word. So if we chose you and they put you in the blank, it would be S-U-P. Sup. Well, sup is not a word. What's up is a phrase, but sup is not a word, so that would be a nonsense word. Now, if they chose I and they sounded it out, sip is a word. So they would have a piece of paper and they would write that word down because it is a real word. And I would let every student choose a vowel, put it in the word, and determine if it is a real nonsense word, and then everyone in the group can write down the real words. Our next activity will be called 3 in 1, and you will have these little note cards with letters on them. There's a stack for vowels and a stack for consonants. And so you would need enough sets for each group. And you're going to take the consonants and place them down, and then take the vowels and place them face down. You want to make sure that your cards are mixed up really good so that they have better chances of creating an even amount of real and nonsense words. So they're first going to choose a consonant letter. My first letter is V, and put it down on the table. Then they'll choose one from the vowel stack. My letter is U. Put that down on the table. And then they will choose another one from the consonant stack, and mine is G. So they put it in a table in the order that they drew it, and it creates a word. What they have to do is sound out the word. So I have V-E-G. That would be V-U-G. My word would be vug. Then they have to determine if vug is a real or nonsense word. Well, it's a nonsense word. So on their sheet, they would put it in the nonsense column. And I would let every student have a chance of doing this. And again, everyone record it on their paper. And I would make them do this until they have 10 words on their paper. After they finish both of their activities, I would have some of the students share some of the words that they created by drawing the cards and the words that they wrote down on their sheet, both real and nonsense words. So for our closure, we will do an activity using letter cubes. I would actually stand up in front of the class by the smart board and use like an Elmo attachment that you can put these under, and it projects onto the smart board. That way you don't have to worry about getting a whole bunch of blocks and the students tearing them up. It would probably be better to have foam blocks too with the letters written on them instead of these. So we have a consonant letter cube, a vowel letter cube, and another consonant letter cube. And all you're going to do is throw them. Then you pick up a consonant. Then you pick up a vowel. Then you pick up your consonant. And so my 3 letters are M-A-B. And we would sound out the word together as the entire class. M-A-P. And then we would say the word map. And then I would ask the class, is map a real or a nonsense word? And they would tell me a nonsense word. We would do this maybe 3 to 5 times. Just make sure they know how to form a single syllable word using consonant and vowel sounds. The questions that I would ask that would go with this activity is, let's clap the sounds in each of the words we made today. So if I did this 3 times, I would have the 3 words. So like our first word would be mab, and we would clap mab. So if we did another word, let's say we had R-U-T, rut, rut, rut. And then our last word, B-E-D, bed, bed, bed. They would understand that the words that we're working with are a 1-syllable word. And we will continue to work on, next week, on 2-syllable words. And then I would finally ask the question, how many syllables were in all the words we created today? And hopefully they would all say 1. For homework, I would send them home with a paper asking them to identify 5 single objects that can be found outside with only one syllable. So examples of that would be sun, tree, leaf, rock. Any type of word that can be found outside, whether it's in the sky, on the ground, on the house, as long as it's outside, and it has one syllable, they can record it on a sheet of paper that I would send home with them, explaining the directions so an adult can help them. For my early finishers, I have a worksheet, and it looks like this. So it has 4 pictures. These are all one syllable, 3-letter words. So they have to determine what the picture is. Well, our first example is a rat. Rat sounds like r, at. What letter makes the r sound? Well, it's R, and they would put it above this first circle. So what letter makes the a sound? Well, that is A, and they would put it over the second circle. And then what letter makes the t sound? That's T. They would put it over the third circle. So they would have the word rat. After they finish all 4 of these, they could color it if they wanted to. For my special needs, the student with a reading disability will work with the paraprofessional on the initial, medial, and last sounds of words and how they blend together to form a word. If they don't read very well, they're not going to be able to read a word without knowing how to sound out each part of that word. So it's important that they know the initial, the medial, and the last sounds of words. For my English language learner, they will work one-on-one with the teacher paraprofessional to review sounds of consonants and vowels to properly blend single-syllable words. In their language, they might have a different sound for a consonant or a vowel, so they may end up getting the two confused. It's very important for them to continue to work on what sounds our consonants and our vowels make compared to their home language. Remediation. When free time is available, students who need extra practice will play the letter cubes to form their own words with the help of the paraprofessional or the teacher. Students will roll each cube and sound out the letters that form the word that they rolled and determine if the word is real or nonsense. So since they didn't get to do this one-on-one by themselves early in the day, it'd be great for a hands-on activity. For enrichment, the learner will complete a worksheet that requires them to determine the word of each picture shown, and then they have to sound out the word, write the word, and find the word in the word search. So this is the worksheet. Like right here we have a duck, so they would have to sound out the word duck, duck, and duck has a digraph at the end of it, CK, and we only learn about digraphs, so they should remember this. This is more advanced than the other sheet because it does include digraphs. So they would have to write D-U-C-K on the line and then go down to the word search and find the word duck. For reflective comments, I don't have any. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week.